What's good, everybody? It's your boy Astro coming at you today with an Ask Astro. And yeah, this is where you get to ask as much questions as you possibly want. Not really. You get to ask 3 questions, only because we have a time restraint. So I'd like to say a pleasant good evening to every single one of you. Thank you for being here. For those who are here, just show some love. You know, say hello. How you doing? If you're on Facebook, we appreciate the stars. You send the stars, you're in alignment. I know you guys haven't seen me in a long time, like a week or something. Well, there's a reason for that. As you can see, I'm in a different spot now. Though, no, I'm in a different area. I'm not at liberty to say where I'm at. Just know I'm in a different timeline. How y'all doing? What's good with y'all? Somebody said, Astro's always drinking, always eating. What you want me to say? I'm gonna lie to you and say that's a lie? Absolutely not. I'm on this fruit diet. So I'm eating biscuits and orange watermelons and all those stuff. I'm trying to get this summer body ready. I'm so ready for the beach, y'all. Got about a few minutes, few days before I hit the beach. All right. I want to say a pleasant shout out to every single person here. Like to say, hey Keisha, glad you're here, Sugar. I appreciate you. Tall, black, and beautiful. And how you doing? Brianna, what's good, Sugar? Good to have you. Good to see you. Nita V, we be chopping it up. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing excellent. Can't complain. Brent, the inspired creatress. It's good. Good to have you here. Chanel Shantae. Hey, what's going on? How you feeling? Good to see you. That's right. Another superwoman with the S on the side of her chest. Appreciate you so much. And just like Keisha McClendon said, don't forget to hit the like button because we're going to go deep into some of these charts. Real deep. You get to understand astrology a little bit more. Maybe the people who chart you see me reading, their charts may be similar to yours. They may be exactly like yours. You never know. So stay in tune, and watching could actually educate you a little bit. And don't worry, we got somebody who wants a little 5 minutes of fame, little handsome little kid. He's just circling around the pool. Natasha Lake, thank you for being here. Truly appreciate you. Appreciate every single one of y'all. And said the weather is beautiful. Yeah, it's pretty good here. I like it. Right? Greetings, Cherie Lene. Good to see you. Another S by the chest. Need deep healing. Yes, I do be smacking. Mr. Carter. That's good, my brother. Just say my hellos to everybody. If you hop in, I truly appreciate you. Mayor Williams, thank you for being here. Oh, this is Raha. Chanel Shantae. Okay. Hey, Raha. What's going on? Lashima Oza. Appreciate you. Heather, good to see you. Good to have you here. Some of these names I've seen have already sent your like donations towards your reading. The question is, have you ever thought about doing Alistair Crawley's chart? I've already done his chart, but he looked at his chart, right? Mariana McCoy, another person that's gonna be doing hey sugar, what's going on? It's Amethyst. All these lovely people. I just truly appreciate the fact that you are here. Spirit Moon, another one of my amazing supporters. I truly appreciate you. As you can see, hey Maria, hello from all the way from Arizona. Naili L, greetings. Good to see you. Is it too late to send a donations and question? No, just send it to my private message on Facebook. That's Leslie Demetrio Brown on Facebook. Make sure it's the little blue check to the name because there are some new imposters now who are pretending to be me. All right. Some new imposters that's trying to be me again. All right. Hey, Samantha Logan. Good to have you guys. All right. So we're going to get right into this. So I want to just share with you guys what I'm going to be doing. Every person gets that's in a donation of $20 gets to ask 3 questions that you want the most, the the clearest answers. Make sure your questions are very clear. All right. Make sure that you know what you want to ask. Because $20 isn't just, to some people it seemed like a little bit, but a lot of people it's a lot. And I truly appreciate the fact that pour into me. As some days I pour into you guys. And I just appreciate it. Okay. I just appreciate it a whole lot more than you have. You have no idea. All right. So I see some names here. Samantha, if you are watching, I hope you are, send a message. Let me make sure that you're here. All right. If you are here, I want you to just send a hey, how you doing? Say, hey, Brett, is there a link? No, you just send a cash app, which is the message pinned at the top. Brad Wolf, I can donate farts. Okay, we got a troll. Okay, Brad Wolf. There you are. Yeah, just keep it real cool, cordial. We ain't trying to diss nobody. So you're trying to be funny. You want an audience. You want to troll. I suggest you post your real face, your real name, because I've never seen you. Yeah, like I say, keep it cordial. You can have your little jokes, but the more you get disrespectful, you're gonna get blocked and all that other stuff. Just want you to know that. All right. Respectfully. Respectfully. Okay. Okay. All right. So we have one. We have Erica, Kyrie Black. We got Corey Holden. And the question is about the eclipse for Corey. I have Lamont as well. All right. So let me just message you guys. Later. Just message you guys. And we should be good. All right. Let me just, you guys be very patient with me. I'm about to start right now. Okay. All right. So we're gonna start with the one and only. We also have Mariana McCoy. So we're gonna start with Mariana McCoy. Okay. Mariana McCoy. All right. Spirit Moon said, I'm gonna stop driving. All right, Mariana McCoy, we're gonna pull up your chart and we're gonna take a look at some of your questions that you may have. Hope you're not insulted by it. I like to make sure that when I pull up the questions that you don't, you're okay with being a little vulnerable. Anybody that has another question, um, and I don't see your questions, by the way, Miss McCoy. If you're sending your questions, I need to see them in your chat now. Oh, so the question's about the eclipse. Okay. About the eclipse, and yes, Marianne McCoy, there'll be a, a moment for you to ask your questions. I'm about to pull up your chart right now. So give me a second. I'm gonna pull up your chart and we're gonna get at it. All right. About to pull up your chart right now. All right. And your chart, I think, is right here right now. I'm trying to manage it so we could see it. And I hope you can see your chart. And your question that you have for me is, I want to know how the eclipse will affect me since I have my report. What basic sign can I look at? All right. So if y'all don't know what's going to be happening with the new eclipse, with the eclipse that's coming around on April 4th, April 8th, sorry. It's going to be something serious. Everybody's watching this eclipse more than anybody. Like, this is the people, this is serious. And on April 8th, the moon will be eclipsing in the sign of Aries. Okay. It'll be eclipsing in the sign of Aries because we're in the sign of Aries, which will, also affect the sign of Libra, the opposite sign. So both of you should take a look at this. And if we're looking at your chart, we have to look at your sixth house in your natal chart. It also affects your progress chart, which we're going to look at real quick. This solar eclipse is going to affect your health. It's going to affect your health because it's sitting inside your sixth house of health, basically. And also because your sun, which also represents vitality, is conjunct the ruler of your sixth house. This is right here. This is your sun, and it's conjunct, meaning it's in close proximity to the planet Mars. And Mars rules the sign Aries, and it's sitting in your 10th house. So there are two things that could possibly happen. One, because it's affecting the ruler of your 10th house, you could find yourself either being released from a job or finding yourself in a position of becoming an authority on the job site. Now, this could also possibly be based upon something of your work routine, because the sixth house also rules your work routine. And what I'm seeing based upon this, there could be a conflict at work that may arise out of pride, And because it's conjunct your sun, this could be something dealing with a boss or a superior. It's may also, because of your energy, can also affect your health because you're gonna feel a sense of why is this happening? You're gonna feel a little nervous, like you won't be able to get yourself if this um, happens to be a negative experience for you uh, with your natal chart. So that is a possibility. As you know, eclipse come to it always comes to transform, to take away, to destroy, so it could build back something else. And because your Mars in your natal chart is sitting in your 10th house, there's that strong possibility of that. Now, looking at your progress chart, which we're going to look at right now, if your chart is going to pull up, your progress chart, Aries is sitting on your 5th house of children, of romantic relationships, and also speculation and gambling. Because your Mars, which is a ruler of your 5th house, is in the sign of Virgo in your progress chart, and Virgo rules your daily routines, your health, your work ethics. Strong possibility as well that there's a connection between your child and your job. But I see something happening uh, with your child. This could be a possibility of something. And let me see what your Chiron is before we go real detail about that. Now, this effect from a lunar eclipse can last, just want you to know, for quite some time. Okay. This could last a whole month. Some astrologers say it lasts a year. I wouldn't go that far. I would say that there could be some effects on your child and also your romantic relationships. I see with the Mars being in your 10th house, there could be some critiquing from a partner or potential partners. There could be, um, how should I put this? You're going to fine tune your experience in your relationship. It's going to be a feeling like this person who you know, it's going to make common sense, basically. But I also see the fact that it could be some health issues with your child, your son, or your daughter. I know you have a son. So I would say make sure that you take care of him. Make sure his immune system is up. Make sure that at this point in time, that anything that happens, just know that it's for your development. For some apparent reason, it's supposed to help you in a way deal with circumstances at your work. And it sounds crazy, but I feel like this is going to cause you to be more nurturing to when it comes to work or when it comes to your own health, according to this chart. So I would suggest that you pay special attention to your child. Also, like I said, what could be also affected is that because it's sitting in the 10th house and your Chiron, which is the ruler of Virgo, is sitting in the second house, there's also the possibility of winning big lotto. If I was you, I would also try that as well. This could also be real big for you. So even though those circumstances of health issues that could pull up for you, yourself, and your child, there's also the possibility of something great happening, like winning a substantial amount of money. I see this, and if I was you, this would be a moment. Anybody that has Sagittarius rising as their progress chart has Aries eclipsing in their 5th house, the moon eclipsing in their 5th house. I would say go for it. As a matter of fact, if you can, don't overdo it, but just try your best And it'll be a really, really great time for you to win some money. There's also a possibility of meeting a person on the job, a male figure, somebody who is in authority, because your sun is conjunct your Mars widely. And this person could be older because Virgo is ruled by Chiron, and your Chiron is in your second house. And this person could be in the healing profession. There's something that's gonna connect financially for you as well. So take that advice. I hope I answered your question. I truly appreciate you for that one question donation that you gave me. All right. So if I was you, I would go with that. That's a really, 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 really great thing. You're gonna experience some downs, but that up is solely for you. Next up is all right. I see Erica's here. As soon as you get your questions, Erica, we'll be right with you. All right. Next up, we have Lamont. Lamont, you say you're right here. That's great. Thank you for being here. Um, thank you for being here. All right. And let me pull up your chart, Lamont. Like I said, I truly appreciate you guys trusting me with this information, and also I've never really steered you guys wrong. So all right. So wow, this is these are really I don't even know how to ask the question, but I'm sure you guys are really, really cool. You and your partner, because you know it's a little awkward question. Okay. But I'm gonna answer it for you anyway. All right. I'm gonna answer it for you as diplomatic as I possibly can. You put me in the hot spot here, Lamont. All right. Uh, so Lamont, the question is, should I release my loved one with love to avoid heartache and drama? Wow. There's let me answer the question for you. And let's take a look at your progress chart in order to get that question. And we could also take an array. Um, and do it all. Progress chart has to do with your marriage, or your long-term relationship has to do with your seventh house. And you now have a Leo rising, which for a few years you have Aquarius sitting on your 11th house or your seventh house. Now, the seventh house is the house of marriage, long-term commitment, and you have North Node right here sitting in your seventh house in your progress chart. Now, as a Leo rising, I can tell you this: there's always seemed to be a divorce when it comes to Leo risings between 5 to 7 years, and you've become that, which means that has to be a sort of a detachment in your long-term commitment. All right, which means that unless your relationship is a non-conventional or unconventional, I mean, a non-traditional, unconventional relationship, is destined to dissipate, to end in divorce, or one person leaving the other. In order to take a look at how that's going to happen, I take a look at the ruler of this. As a matter of fact, because your North Node is in your progress chart is sitting in your seventh house, this is a part of the process that you have to do. There's no escaping it. There's no escaping you And oh my gosh, our, your partner, which happens somebody I know as well, uh, to separate from each other. Your Uranus, which is the ruler of your seventh house, is sitting in the sixth house and it's in the sign of Capricorn. And also your Saturn is there as well. And your Uranus is widely conjunct 7 degrees Neptune. And what I would say is this: if you don't release, there is a direct connection to your physical health and your work ethics, your daily routine. What I'm seeing here is that this is probably the time. This is something that you guys probably did before. It's not a lot of times that your north node is not in retrograde and your north node is in direct. All right. And that means that this is something that you really can't escape. It's moving forward. And I would suggest that you move on in peace. Because if you don't, there will be health issues that's going to come out of nowhere. How I know that? Because Neptune is conjunct the ruler of your seventh house and is in Capricorn. That could end up in backaches, bruised bones, pain in the back, in the and in the knees or the teeth. All right, these are all connected, so there could be issues dealing with that if you don't release with love. The next question is, what type of natal chart should I date? Damn, these are some tough ass questions. Okay. Oof. All right. At this present moment in time, even though we got to take into consideration your natal chart as a Cancer rising, Cancer sun, and your moon is in Pisces, you are an empath, a super empath. As a matter of fact, there's a strong possibility that you have the gift of dreams and the gift of visions and the gift of empathy. Truly psychic. It's just sort of a knowing what could happen if you really, really apply yourself. What kind of person you need? You don't need an over emotional person. You need somebody that's more rational, I would say, because of your Pisces moon. You need a balance. Somebody who has like a moon in Virgo or Taurus. Somebody who has a sun in Capricorn, because there's your son or their son will be sitting in your seventh house of long-term commitments. If this person has Venus in Scorpio, it'll be conjunct your Juno. All right. If they have placements with a Scorpio energy, this could be somebody that is going to transform your life. It's going to bring about a lot of change in your life. It's not going to be easy. You are going to experience some sort of pain. That's what comes with this Scorpionic energy. So I see that being a placement where they have some placements in Scorpio, like a Venus in Scorpio, their ascendant in Scorpio, their sun in Scorpio, all sitting in your fifth house. And then there's a placement if they have the moon in Capricorn or the sun in Capricorn sitting there. That's a beautiful placement for you. And an opposite moon, because according to this, you need a little more grounding energetically. So having a moon in Virgo would also do great for you. Okay. There are other placements that could also be, but you have a superstellium inside the sign of Cancer. So you're very empathetic, emotional, and, uh, so you need an opposite. You need some stoic energy in your life. Okay. That's what you need at this point in time. The last question that you have is, what do I do? What do I need to do to fulfill my purpose in this lifetime? And your North Node is sitting in the sign of Aquarius and it's sitting in the eighth house. Your Uranus is sitting in your seventh house, and it's widely conjunct Neptune. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and that is sitting in your seventh house. What your purpose is, or in this lifetime, is truly is your experience through long-term commitments and relationships, and understanding the dynamics of it, going deep into, how should I put this, a clear perspective, not one that's cloudy, about soulmates. You have your purpose is to detach, even with people who you feel strong intensity with in long term relationships. Your purpose is a sense of detachment to even passion. And I know that's a hard that's a hard one. Any north node in the eighth house is not an easy one to deal with. Okay. But it's one that you have to do. Your purpose is to learn how to detach even in soulmate instances, even in long term relationships, learning how to deal with bills and anything that comes about, from a detached perspective of your partner and yourself. And that's what I see. Okay. When the rule of the eighth house is sitting in the seventh house, it brings seventh house issues to the eighth house. And that's partnerships, that's being fair, that's being, dealing with um, different things and also detachment, even in circumstances of going to court, being very much unemotional and stoic, even in moments when you feel hurt, pain. North Node in the eighth house is not a very easy North Node to deal with, especially in the eighth house. What do you need to do? Fulfill your purpose, like I said before, is because Neptune is conjuncted, is to understand the beauty in everything that's happening and to release with a beautiful heart a sense of unconditional love, even when you feel revengeful, angry. All those scorpionic energy from the eighth house, you need to release in a loving, sort of, I get it kind of way. All right? Damn, that was a tough one. You had me. Like, damn. Okay, so next up is Crystal Menifee. If you're here, if you're watching, I am about to put your information in. Thank you all for being so, how should I put this? Brave to be on a live with me. You know, I don't necessarily say what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear. All right. All right. Let's see. And you were born. Oh, I don't know if you know this, Crystal. I also need place of birth. All right. I need a place of birth because you didn't really put that here. And let me see if I could call you. If you could answer your phone, we'll get that information live. And then you could just hang up after that. I hope you're listening. If not, we'll have to come back to you. Okay, there you are. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Listen, you gave me all the information except for your place of birth, which I need, and I'm on live right now. So if you're tuning in, you should tune in right now. Okay, it's Lufkin, Texas. Say that again. Lufkin, Texas. Spell that for me.
Luskin.
Oh, Luskin, Texas. Luskin.
LUF. F is in family.
Lufskin.
Lufkin. Yeah, Luskin.
Oh, you said F. Luf. All right,
Yes.
got you. All right. I hope you're live. You listening?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just pulled up your chart. All right,
Okay, thank you.
no problem. Okay. So you have three questions. I'm considering in okay. I just love you guys' vulnerability. It's so beautiful. You know what I mean? I am considering in vitro fertile to have kids this year. Would it be a good time to do that? Let's take a look. And take a look at your transits as well to see what it's looking like. Okay. Your progress chart, you have your fifth house have Capricorn on it. As a matter of fact, you just came from being a Leo rising into being a Virgo rising. And you have Neptune here, you have Vertex, and you have Amor here. Let me take a look and see what your Saturn is doing, and also your Ceres and your Moon. Well, your Ceres is sitting in Pisces, is sitting in the seventh house, and your Moon is in Aquarius in the sixth house that rules your health, work, and service. Hmm. Say, I would say, based upon your progress chart, and I'm not looking at your solar return as a point in time, but you know what? I'm going to look at your solar return. Let me look at your solar return, and let's take a look at how we're going to work this. May 23rd to, so we're going to go with May 24th um, to next year. And your solar return for next year, you have your fifth house, uh, have Leo on it. Your sun, which is the rule of your fifth house, which rules, children, is in Gemini, conjunct Venus and conjunct Jupiter, as you can see right here. So the fifth house rules children, right? You know, birth or giving birth to some degree. And Ceres rules your nurturing, mothering energy. And your Ceres is in the ninth house, in the 10th house, and your moon is in the 10th house, conjunct MC. Now, moon is never comfortable. And the sign of Capricorn is definitely not comfortable in the 10th house. And even though you may get into doing the in vitro, there can be some small complications to it. You also have Ceres there, and Ceres is also not comfortable being in the 10th house or in Capricorn. These are the two nurturing planets, mother planets, planets dealing with birth and being a mother. However, the ruler of your fifth house is the sun, and your sun is in Gemini, conjunct Venus and conjunct Jupiter, which brings luck and expansion. So even though there may be some complications, there's also some positivity that goes with it for you. All right. I don't know if you're thinking about doing or having twins, but if you were to do that, I see that as a possibility as well. If you're going to do in vitro, all right. Is this year would be a good time? Eh, there could be better times when the moon is not sitting in that placement, or your Ceres isn't sitting in that placement. In the sign of Capricorn, I never ever trust moon in Capricorn in your solar return to have children. But your sun is strong. It's strong by Jupiter and Venus. So there's a give and take. So is it a great time? No. Is it a good time? Yes. Second question. I've had a very vivid dream of my male partner in bed with another man. Oh, fuck. Is this a red flag? Hold on now. I got about 20 charts for you. I truly appreciate you trusting me to give you this information because I need to know. Can I call you? I want to call you because this is a really, really, we're going to have this conversation. We're going to have this talk because this is deep. So if you listening, I'm calling you right now. That's you. I'm calling right now.
Okay, I'm here.
Glad to have you. Now, I had to damn well call you for this one. This is deep.
I was laughing so hard.
All right, so listen. He's not a fan of, like, he doesn't follow me or anything on social media, right?
Nope,
Huh?
not at all. Not at all.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Just wanted to make sure because I had some when I was inside North Carolina and Detroit. I had children walk up to me and say Astro, and I was like, "Who the heck?" A few years ago, and I was like, I seem to be a household name to some people, so I got to be careful. So anyway, um, back to you. How clear and real are your dreams?
That one was like I'm standing right there. Everything is clear. See it, and that doesn't happen for me often. So the fact that it happened and we actually stayed together at this time, it was very alarming.
You are married?
No, we just stayed in the same place together.
How long y'all been together?
2 years.
Okay. You're Leo rising, you know that, right?
Yes.
You've never been married, correct?
No, not at all.
And what's the longest relationship you've ever had?
5 years.
I want you to understand that as the Leo rising, if you try to traditionalize your relationship, it won't last longer than 5 to 7 years. I tell people that all the time.
Okay.
So even if he is a butt licker, all I'm saying is keep it non-traditional if you're trying to keep this man. I'm just saying because chicken. Yeah. Now we're gonna get back to the same point you're asking. You're trying to figure out if your partner is gay.
Basically, yes.
Let me look at the progress chart and we're gonna look to see. Y'all make commitment, let's say to be together for a long, like y'all live together, y'all said, you know what, I want to possibly pursue this relationship to a marriage. Correct?
Yes. Correct.
Okay, just making sure. So now I could use the seventh house. I could use the seventh house in your your seventh house in the progress chart to see if this is a possibility that this is something that can happen. Now the seventh house would rule your partner. It would be your partner's ascendant. All right. And you want to know about his daily activities, correct?
Yes.
And this is a man, you say is his coworker?
Never seen the person before that was in the gym.
Let me ask you something. You do you feel like just by being around him, do you get any red flags at all? Be honest.
To me, yes.
What are the red flags? Because I want to tell you what this chart is saying based upon your chart.
Just very um how can I say it? Towards men, he's very like much more open and much more friendly, I would say, and especially like some friends that I have met, like they're supposedly they've been friends for a long time. So I don't know, just the way that like you go dance around them and stuff. That's what throws it for me.
He a friendly ass nigga.
Very friendly.
People are friendly. I'm friendly. But what you're talking about is a little different now. Based upon your chart, your progress chart, I will tell you this, okay? So listen to this carefully. You're thinking that he's sleeping with a coworker based upon your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
You are super fucking psychic, sugar. I just want you to know. because your progress chart, wherever your Pisces is where you're gonna have dreams about. And you see on your seventh house of long-term relationship, you have Pisces there. Pisces is the sign that rules dreams and visions, just alongside um, Sagittarius. And Sagittarius rules visions and dreams. Pisces rules dreams, clear ass dreams. And the fact that you have Pisces on your seventh house, you're gonna be having dreams about your partner, and your Mars is there. But Mars represents sex. So anything that's secretive or hidden that your partner is doing sexually, you are going to dream about it.
Oh my.
Now let's take a look at what this chart is saying when it comes to that. Now, Pisces, as you know, is ruled by what we're gonna say. Oh, so we're gonna take a look at his experience sexually, right? That would be four houses down from the seventh house. That'd be one, two, three, four. And that will put be your 11th house, which would be his fifth house. And there is Chiron there, which represents work and service, health, and the sun there. Okay. Now, this here, Cancer is ruled by the moon. And the moon right here, if we really look at the sixth house from here, from work, I want you to look at this. The sixth house is always close to the fifth house, which rules romantic relationship, right? So this would be, like I said, this would be one house, two house, three house, four house, fifth house. Next to it, the sun rules Leo. And you have Dark Moon Lilith there, which represents secret sexual relationships in the same house right here. Does he have a secret sexual relationship with a coworker? Based upon your dreams, this chart is reflecting that.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying that there's a strong possibility your dreams are accurate. Okay.
It was too vivid for it not to be accurate for me.
You say what?
I said it was too vivid at that time for it not to be accurate for me. I
Well,
tried to dismiss it, but
based upon your progress chart and looking at derivative houses, it's showing that. Even if we go with the sun, I mean the moon, the Cancer, sun being in Cancer, and Cancer is where the moon. This moon is sitting in the sixth house of work and service. So there's still a connection to that. All right. I would say yes, your dreams are vivid and clear. All right, when it comes to that. That's a really deep question. That's your second question. Your third one is, how do I get past bad voodoo being performed? Now you gotta this one here you gotta explain to me. I don't understand. I don't get it. What's going on with
okay,
you?
so one of is not it's like his family or whatever because he's from Africa or whatever. He's from Nigeria. So his uncle or supposedly some family member sends like things over here to the States for him to use, not him, but his brother or whatever. He has a twin also. Um, that uses the stuff to like do bad things for people, supposedly. So I was
What?
like, I don't want that to be performed on me or me to experience any of that.
What part of Africa you from? Nigeria?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds about accurate. Now, how do I get past bad voodoo being performed? First and foremost, this is a deep one. I don't even know what to say to you, but I would say this. Um, whew, sugar. Uh, Based upon your progress chart, looking at your chart, even as a Leo rising, you are protected. First and foremost, that's something um that they can't really do about you is because the eighth house rules like voodoo and witchcraft, and you have Pisces sitting on your eighth house. You're protected by source, but that's also, you know, looking at your Saturn, your Neptune, it's also in the fifth house of Capricorn now. So that's sorry, in your natal chart. You have Mars and Pisces, so you are susceptible to spiritual attacks because Mars is there. All right, you are susceptible to it. I would say grounding yourself, um, watching what you eat. Um, you be doing the cooking.
Hmm.
I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you just came from work. If that dude say, "Baby, you want a sandwich?" I'm just messing with that part. Say no. Okay, let me cater to you, baby. I'm good. If he is in that, if he is in that world, because according to your chart, you could be susceptible to spiritual attacks. Um, that's what I'm seeing here. With that Mars being in Pisces.
Very interesting.
So if I was you, I would protect myself by wearing, because your chart shows with that Mars in Pisces in the eighth house, your North Node in Pisces, with just a rest there, and your Neptune being in the sixth house, you need to protect yourself.
I will absolutely do that for sure.
Okay, well, if I was you, I'd continue doing that regimen. Also, always wear crystal, because of the rule of your eighth house is in Pisces, is in them. I would wear tiger's eye all the time. You need dark stones, black stones like obsidian, snowflake obsidian, tourmaline, black tourmaline, all these things that are black in nature. You need to use those. All right,
Okay.
if I was you, because he may not be the one trying to hurt you. It may be them who be like, you know what? We don't like this bitch, and we need her out. We need her out of the whole situation. All right,
Got it.
all right. Just letting you know.
That
All right,
was
thank
very good.
you. Said that what?
So that was good. Thank you for that.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for always trusting me with that. You know what I mean? And I know, based upon this, like I tell you, if you try to keep your relationship traditional, it won't last very long. You are not destined to be mostly arising. And know that it sounds, people don't like when I say this because even people who are long term, if it goes through 5 to 7 year periods, and if you get back with the same person, there'll be another stretch of 5 to 7 years, which will make it 14 years, and so on and so forth. But keep it
Right.
traditional, and it's not going to last long.
Okay, got it.
All right. I hope you enjoyed. And according to this, it's showing that one of your hidden talents is actually in the kitchen. So you should work on that.
Oh yeah, I've been in the kitchen way more now. So when you say I'm cooking for myself, yes, I'm definitely doing that.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks again for choosing me to help guide you.
Yes, thank you, Esther.
All right. Okay. All right. Next up, we got Heather. Ooh, wee. This is deep. All right. So Heather, if you are here, um, y'all put me on a spot, man. Like this is something. All right, Heather, we got your chart up. If you're here, if you're watching, if you're listening, we got your 3 questions. Question number 1: what transformation will I go through during this eclipse? Take a look at your progress chart, and let's see what it is saying. I think I got your progress chart here somewhere. Oh wow, this was so you progress into being a Gemini rising. Oh, let me make sure. Let me delete this chart. All right, I'm gonna have to delete this next one, and I'm gonna draw up a new progress chart for you, because according to this, you progress into being a Gemini rising. So we're gonna take a look at this and see how it looks. All right, progress chart. Let me see how this will look in. All right. Yeah, you just progressed into being a Gemini rising a few weeks ago. So now you're Gemini rising. Your whole life has changed. Your whole life has changed. With this eclipse happening inside your 11th house of friends and associates and hopes and wishes, there could be a sort of a, how should I put it? Where's your Mars sitting in Leo in the third house? There could be some gossip about your life going on with your friends and associates. If you do have friends, I don't know if you do have any, but according to this chart, it's going to affect your social setting, your friends and associates. Also, I would say that there could possibility as a possibility of you um, helping a friend, helping a friend, because your Mars is in Leo, and it could be in the sign of, that's an inspirational. That's a sort of how should I put it, an inspirational sign, and Mars being there, you could also find yourself in an argument or a debate with a friend that is going to lead to something different. So there could also be an argument, also. There could be a romantic connection that could happen based upon the kind of things that happen. It could be very, very sporadic, very spontaneous, based upon this third house placement, what I see here. Your moon is also there as well. And when it's eclipsing on your moon, with that degree, there's a possibility that something may happen when it comes to a family member. I don't know if your mom is still alive or your grandparent or somebody that you find to be of like a mother figure. There's a possibility of some things happening with them too. All right. There could possibly be um, mm, possibly a heart attack or something dealing with them traveling because of the Mars being in the third house. You also need to be careful of driving because when the ruler of the sign that the eclipse is in is sitting in the third house also rules short distance travel, which could mean, small accidents based upon, you know, multitasking or what have you. So be very vigilant on the road as well. That could also be something that happened to you based upon this placement. Okay. The transformation you're going to go through is your friends, your social networks, and also the things you say to them and the information that you share with them secretly is going to come out. Question number 2: why am I getting so much relationship offers lately from women and men? Looking at your progress chart, looking at it, you have your fifth house of Libra. All right, Libra is on your fifth house of short-term relationships, and you have Juno, which is the rule of Libra, in your eighth house. So they ain't just coming inside your life just to, for a relationship. They want to bug the shit out of you. That's what they want. There's an intense sexual drawing to you, and maybe you to them as well. It's gonna have a feeling of soulmate because of when the ruler of the fifth house is sitting in the eighth house in Capricorn, and especially with the fact that Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and your Saturn is in the sign of Pisces, rules ethereal, connection to the past life. You're gonna feel this. They're gonna come toward you. There's a feeling that these people have unfinished business with you. That y'all in a past life, if you believe in past life or reincarnation, showing that these people, you know, been with you before, and they got some unfinished business. All right, and you sort of sense it. You sort of feel this need to release whatever relationship or connection you have, so that you can experience this growth. And you are definitely right. Just want you to know that this comes with a lot of pain because that eighth house, when the ruler in the fifth house is sitting in the eighth house, that does not come easily. It comes with some repercussions. And it's going to continue to happen. whether it be on the job, because your Saturn, which is the rule of your eighth house, is in the 10th house. This sexual attraction is going to come through your work. So you're going out and putting yourself out in public. It's going to continue to happen for quite some time. You just progressed into being a Gemini rising like a couple of weeks ago. So that's where it ain't coming out of the blue. Your whole life has changed. Okay. Question number 3. Will I experience karmic relationship majority of my soul return in this lifetime? As of now, just becoming a Gemini rising, sugar, that's all I see. The ones that make it to a long-term relationship, yeah, it's not going to be that karmic, because your Jupiter, the rule of your 7th house, sitting in the 7th house. But then once before, you will have a lot of those coming at you. These are karmic ties. There's no escaping it. Sorry, but that's what you signed up for based upon this. Um, your Venus is sitting in the 12th house, is conjunct your South node, which represents past life, and also your 12th house representing past life. Your Venus is conjunct this. Clear indication that when it comes to this energy, the women, they come from past life. These were people who you probably took care of, gave money to, felt a sense of stability. They, was around you. All right. And then your 5th house ruler is sitting in the 8th house as a karmic placement, and it's conjunct Capricorn. Capricorn is a karmic tie because it's connected to Saturn, which is another ruler of karma. You can't escape it. But you will attract, because your Mars is in Leo in the 3rd house on the what I consider the 29 degree. That's the Regulus placement. That's sitting on top of the fixed star Regulus, which means that you're going to attract men who are very regal, royal in nature. You're just going to feel a sense of like, oh my gosh, this is one that's going to save me. It's going to be a lot of them based upon this. And I hope I answered your questions as clear as possible, because that's what I see. I see that. I see that. I want you to understand too. I'm going to give you this little information, because your Pluto has now progressed into your 6th house. Your vagina has become even more sensitive than it ever was. Your North Node is in Scorpio in the 6th house. Right now, put on them condoms. If anything happen, if you're thinking about happening, put on them rubbers, because your vagina is super sensitive. You could experience little small, little simple symptoms of your pH balance being off. STIs, This world ain't, who said that being a human being was going to be easy, or going and doing the soul work is going to be easy. And you chose a little difficult path at this point in time, but I feel like you're capable of taking on a responsibility. All right, thank you for choosing me to help guide you in this lifetime. I always appreciate, and you, my dear, is one of my very great students. All right, next up. Damn. Remember now, I can't do anything unless you send your screenshot of your Cash App. And also make sure the place of birth is literally spelt properly. Chimera Zephyr? You know what I mean. I got you. Just send your screenshot and make sure that we good. All right. All right. So, and then we have Brent. All right. So, Brent, you got to send me, can't remember what I got your name stored as. Okay. So, let's go. So, when you answer that, I got you, because I see this list has become really, really long now. Jeez. Okay. All right. So, Chimera, we're going to get you. I think I have your chart here already, don't I? And if I do have your chart, then we don't need all of that information. Let's take a look. Your last name is Hampton, born 13th of May. I got you. We don't even need all that stuff. I got you. Little Rock, Arkansas. All right. So the question is a relationship in our future? And when you say, oh, his birthday, we need his time of birth, sugar. We need his place of birth as well. Or both of y'all are born Little Rock, Arkansas. I need his time of birth. And I need you to tell me, give me a little bit. And I know you're on the phone. Listen, let me, is he there with you? Is he there with you? Let me know. Because I'm gonna call you. I need a little bit more information than this.
I don't know his time of birth.
Oh, you don't have his time of birth? What's initial can I use for him?
Like talking about him, initial.
His name. I need a name to store.
You can put Sean. You can put Sean.
SHON. SHON. All right. All right. Can I put an initial for the last name? I need that because I have a Sean. I have like probably 12 Seans. I'm not.
Put an A.
Huh?
A.
A. Sean A. All right. Date of birth is the 19th of October.
Yeah, 77.
All right. If you born 19th of October, dump him. I'm just messing with you. Don't dump him. Your heart was almost in the bottom of the floor, right? You're like, no, I love him. Let's take a look. I'm gonna put a 12 p.m. I only can tell you what he brings to your life and not what you bring to his. Okay? All right. And you said Little Rock.
Yeah.
Little Rock, Arkansas. All right, Little Rock, Arkansas. We're gonna do a little synastry between you and him, and we're gonna take a look.
Okay.
And see what we got up here. Synastry. And let me get your chart first because we don't know his. Wait. You ain't with the guy?
No. I told you we were getting the one.
Wait. Oh, you just starting to talk to the guy? What, he works with you? Where do you know this guy from?
We're friends. We're talking. We're not in a relationship.
Okay, let me. I have to pull this chart up again. Okay, you say you're friends. You're just talking.
Yeah.
All right. Let's.
I want to see if it's worth my time to continue to talk to him.
Ah, you a smart person. You're a smart woman. Cause Astro gonna give you the juice.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a relationship. So let me tell you what he brings. What he brings to your life. So his son is sitting in your fifth house. It's conjunct your Saturn, which brings longevity. It's conjunct your Pluto, which brings intensity. His North Node is sitting in your fifth house. How old are you?
40.
You're 40? You got kids?
Yeah. I have one.
Okay. You don't want any more kids?
It's 50-50. It depends on the person. If I'm with the person for a long-standing relationship, then yeah, I would have another child. But I've been a single parent, so if I have to be a single parent again, then no, I don't want another child.
Okay. Long-term wise, his Juno is sitting conjunct your Jupiter and conjunct your descendant. So he's gonna seem as if like he's a potential long-term partner. Now I don't know if his moon is sitting in your eighth house because we don't know if he's born in the day or the night. Because the 28 degrees of the moon, because of the 12th house, the 12 p.m., is sitting in your eighth house of intensity, which means that if that is the case, if he is born before 12 in the afternoon, that it's also to some degree a karmic relationship. However, his south node and his IC is sitting in your seventh house. I mean, your 11th house of friends and associate. And his south node is conjunct your Eros, which means that there was some passion between you in previous lifetimes. And if it's anything that he will be, he can be a lover and a friend for you. His dark moon Lilith is conjunct your sun. As you can see, dark moon Lilith is at 21 degrees, and your sun is 22nd degree. And there's a clear indication that there's some intense sexual energy that the both of you feel towards each other that cannot be explained. And it's slow moving because it's in Taurus, which means that it's going to be gradual and become stronger as time go on. And because this dark moon Lilith is sitting in your 12 hours also of past lives, and because you are also in tuned, because your sun, Mars, Chiron, Mercury, Vesta, all are sitting in the 12 hours of past lives, there's a sort of understanding. You could feel the intensity or the feel of a connection that you know this person. It may seem simple, it may seem small, but it's showing that it is there. Now, he also has Nemesis conjunct your north node. Now, that's an indication that this relationship is going to last quite some time, but you, you're going to remind him of something he experienced in the past. And I say that because, especially long-term relationship, because his nemesis is in Libra. I mean, in Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. His Mercury is in Libra, and it's conjunct his Sun and Pallas. Clear indication that you're going to remind him little things you do about his ex, his past relationship, and he's going to continue to remind you of that, of things that you do, and it won't be good in his mind, in his eyesight. However, that isn't a reason to run away from it. What I do see is there's a possibility, a strong possibility that this could be a really, really good, um, 4 or 5 years relationship. Why you been quiet?
I'm just listening. It's interesting. So.
Okay. Is it long standing like marriage? Mm. His sun is conjunct your Saturn. His sun is conjunct your Pluto. So there is a strong possibility of marriage. His sun is when Saturn, which is actually exalted in Cap in Libra, which is right here, is conjunct the sun. That's glue. That's a long-term commitment, especially in the sign of Libra, which rules marriage. Okay, is could it possibly turn into marriage? There is a strong possibility. However, your chart is showing that you idealize people and you make a in your mind, in your head, what your partner is supposed to be like. And when you're disappointed, you move on emotionally before you leave them physically.
This is true.
Oh yeah, I know. You ain't telling me that. You ain't telling me nothing I can't see. Okay.
I'm trying to work on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your last question, which is really, really a tough one. And let me stop sharing. It's a tough one, but I'm gonna answer it anyway. Let me get back to your chart. I'm gonna put the live. I mean, I'm gonna put the screen on again. All right, Chimera. All right, Miss Hampton. Let me share my screen, and we should be good. Okay, share the screen. Window. Janice. Share. All right. So, what the question is? Who was I in a past life? Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah.
Um. Uh. In your most recent lifetime.
Let's go with it.
Okay. Because
Cause what do you see?
Because you've been on the you've been around the blocks. You asking for one lifetime. This thing is saying a lot. So I don't know what you're trying to know. Like this is first and foremost, you got a stellium in the 12th house. You have Sun there, you have a conjunct Chiron, you have your Mercury there, and you have Mars there. And it's your South node, which represents like a previous lifetime. You have it in the 7th house, and it's in sign of Sagittarius. Now, in a previous lifetime, you were definitely rich. You were a rich, but your Venus is sitting in Cancer. In your most recent lifetime, you were somebody who was in real estate, and you made a lot of money through being aggressive, being a person that fixed and reconstructed homes. You were male, even though you have feminine tendencies. Your chart is showing that you were more masculine in nature, so you were definitely were a male.
That's so interesting because that's what I want to do now. I'm working to get to the point where I can have money to do that.
All right, so let me share with you why I said that, okay? So we can see astrologically. So the 12th house is maybe a clear indication of past lives. So it's the South Node, and cumulative is the Moon as well. And when I do the when I follow this this thread here, I go with your stellium in the 12th house first, and you have your Sun in the 12th house is in Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and your Venus is sitting in Cancer in the 2nd house. When I look at the sign of Cancer, Cancer is ruled by the Moon. Your Moon is sitting conjunct your ascendant in the 1st house in Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which carries us back to the 12th house conjunct the Sun. So that's a loop, and that means that in most previous lifetime, you were a real estate mogul, somebody because the Chiron and the Mars is conjuncted, who constructed and reconstructed homes and got rich off of real estate.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I thank you very much for choosing me to help guide you in this lifetime. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. No problem.
Bye.
Damn. Everybody, if you see me didn't answer you, I'm gonna have to come on this live tomorrow. Y'all gonna have to stay tuned. I'm only going until you see 2 hours. The most I'm staying on this live for you guys. Okay. All right. All right. So next up is Alicia. I'm gonna call you Alicia. Alicia Green. Do I have your chart before, or is this the first time? I think this is your first time. So I'm gonna give you a shout, Alicia. Okay. I hope you're listening. Alicia Green, if you're listening, that's me calling you. And does it seem like your phone is ringing? You may have your notifications off. I hope you get a chance to listen to this because that's what I'm doing right now. All right. And the city you were born was Redlands, CA. Redlands, California. Okay. All right. Now that I got your chart, Let's take a look at your 3 questions. First question. I was trying to call you just now. I hope you first question is, what aspect of my birth chart suggests strengths or weakness in my career path? That's a really good question, Alicia. First and foremost, when it comes to your career path, that is connected to your 10th house and also your MC. You have your MC in the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius rules change. It rules rebelliousness. It rules, unconventional. It rules not going by the grain or the drumbeat of other people. And your MC is conjunct Eros, by 6 degrees. And your Uranus, which is the ruler of it, is sitting in the 9th house in Capricorn. Basically, your Saturn and your Capricorn, they're in we call mutual reception. And a mutual reception is when each sign is sitting in the other planet's sign that it rules. It's called mutual reception, which sort of cancels out any negative attributes each one of them would experience in this different sign. Okay, and based upon your chart, your job, career path is supposed to be non-conventional. And also because your Uranus is sitting in Capricorn, it could be in the form of working for the government or having a business in a different country. Based upon the fact that the rule of your 10th house is sitting in the 9th house, it could be in the form of philosophy, spirituality, religion, but definitely something that's very transformative for people. And it could be in a humanitarian effort, something that deals with the collective as opposed to just yourself. Based upon this chart, the weakness, the strength, your Saturn is sitting in the 10th house, which means that you are here to leave a legacy. One of the things you need to do is work a business from the internet, social media. Connecting with people is a strong point for you. Okay. What your weakness is you don't like people that much. You love people, but you don't like people. And that's really your path. You have to learn how to get over the uncomfortableness of having to deal with so many persons. That's what I see. And also your pride as well, which is very strong. You may not, some people be like, no, I have no pride, but your chart is showing it. Your moon is in Leo, so is your Juno, and your Chiron, your IC is sitting there as well. Your sun, which is the ruler of Leo, is sitting in the 3rd house in Cancer. And then it goes right back to your moon because the moon is ruled rules Cancer. So there's still a connection to pride, even when it comes to how you address yourself. Second question, how can I leverage my astrological placements to enhance my professional growth and success? Gee, shit, woman, you is intelligent. You asking these questions, and I'm like, who the hell is this person? Okay, great questions. I'm not gonna lie. How can I live? Like I tell you before, what you need to do is get over the understanding that your circle needs to be small. Your circle needs to be big. Wherever Saturn is where your business is. And your Saturn is in Aquarius sitting in the 10th house. Your business is dealing with many persons, not just one particular people or just, the black community or a group of women or so and so. Yours is supposed to be diverse all the way through. There is no barrier. You need to connect with many persons. Based upon this, that's what I'm seeing. Okay. And don't make it traditional or conventional. Wherever you Aquarius is where in previous lifetime you got stuck. You got stuck with focusing on your career and how you're supposed to make an impact on your ego and how you portray yourself in the world. Do not get stuck there. Your Saturn is sitting there in the 10th house, which means that you're here to make a legacy. How you make a legacy is a sign of sitting in Aquarius, which rules the internet, social media, connecting with people, humanitarian efforts. Inventions. These things are very much how are you to tap into that or enhance your professional growth and success. Question number 3, what role does Venus, the planet of love, play in my birth chart? It's in Gemini. Oh, you is intelligent. And how can I harness its energy for fulfilling relationships? Beautiful. Even though Venus is, considered traditionally the planet that rules relationships, it actually rules what you enjoy. And if relationship is that something that you enjoy, then it falls slightly underneath that. What falls underneath your relationships is the ruler of the fifth house, which is naturally ruled by the sun, and the ruler of your seventh house, which we consider to be Juno. You have Juno, which is here, sitting conjunct your Chiron, conjunct your moon, and your sun, which is the ruler of this, is in Cancer, which your sun and your moon have mutual reception. Your moon is sitting in a sign that's ruled by the sun, and your sun is sitting in a sign that's ruled by the moon. As it pertains to Venus, I would say that you enjoy communication in your relationship. That's something you enjoy. However, your long-term relationships could be toxic. And I'm glad you called back because I'm calling you back right now. I hope you're listening. Alicia, this is me calling you. I hope you have your notifications turned on. You hear it? Okay. I guess not. Now, according to your short-term relationship, you have Mars sitting in your fifth house. With your Mars sitting in your fifth house in Virgo, and Virgo being ruled by Chiron, your Chiron is conjunct your moon in the sign of Leo. Relationship-wise, um, you need feelings. You need that person. That loyalty is very important to you, and that is very, very strong in your chart. And you need a loyal and faithful guy. You need a sort of a monogamous kind of guy. However, long-term relationship-wise, you will struggle with your partner either trying to control you or you trying to control your partner based upon karmic ties. One of the fears you have is not getting married or being in a long-term relationship. And this is a subconscious fear, not one that may sit on the top of your head, but one that's deep down in your psyche of not wanting to be alone. Based upon your chart, you also have a sense of entitlement as it pertains to your partnership. All right. And that is something that you may need to learn how to relax on. How I know that is because when you look at Virgo on your fifth house of short-term relationships, you have Mars there, which means that you're aggressive towards it. You are very direct towards it in a subtle way. Because Mars in Virgo isn't as aggressive as Mars in Leo or Mars in Aries or Mars in Sagittarius. It's more so a subtle nudging in a critiquing way. And Virgo is ruled by Chiron, and your Chiron is conjunct Juno, which represents a long-term relationship, which means that you could enforce long-term commitments on a short-term partner, which in turns can cause problems. To learn how to not force long-term commitments, even though you want to know what this person wants to do with you or wants to be in your life. All right. Yeah. So you will find yourself doing that. So just that's what you need to harness. The communication. The communication is the releasing of entitlement. Um, Also a little subtle passive aggressive nudging towards, you know, commitment from a partner is another thing that can cause you in the long run. And the Pluto sitting in your seventh house of past life connection, past life trauma, right here. sitting right here, and it's conjunct your descendant, which means that there is because Saturn alongside Pluto are indicators of karmic ties. And wherever Scorpio is, wherever Pluto is where you are going, where excretion, shit, piss, anything that is toxic, that's deep in your psyche, needs to come out. And according to this, it's going to come out through your long-term relationships. I would suggest being more lighthearted about it and not allowing yourself to get pulled in the trenches. I see you calling me back, but because your notifications are off for Facebook and Messenger, I can't see your calls. It's not showing up. There you go. Let's try. Miss Green, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh Lord. Can you call? Can you call back, please? Let me see if you can answer the call. If I call back, damn, I apologize. I was trying to press my speaker, and it just hanged up. Okay. You definitely don't have your notifications on, but try calling me back. I may see the screen. If I can see the screen, then come on. I apologize for that because I'm on at the last end of your question. Anyway, so call back if you're watching. If not, I think I answered your 3 questions, and we just miss each other. That's all. But you can follow up the same live and take a look around this time. Okay, there you go. She's calling back, y'all. All right, hello.
Hello.
Okay, could you hear you now? Now I just answered both of your questions. I don't want to go over it again because I have other people to do sessions, to do the readings for. But based upon your last question, like I said, are you in a relationship now?
Yes, I am.
How long you been in your relationship?
For about a year and 6 months.
Okay, great. Is it leading towards marriage?
I hope so.
Have you been nudging him about the long-term commitments and what you want?
Yes, I've asked him, and actually, he was the one who basically stated to me that I was going to be his wife when we first met, like 5 or 6 months after we started dating.
Mm, that sounds sweet.
And he's an Aquarius.
Mm. Okay, his son is sitting in your 10,000. That's good. But, based upon his chart, your chart, it shows that you nudge in very subtle ways. And I would tell you that for men are wired differently. Even though he was the one who initiated the conversation about long-term commitments, meaning, you're going to be his wife, just play the wife role. Because according to this, your chart, you may start to feel entitled towards him fulfilling that commitment that he did to you verbally. And I know that's normal. But most men do not like to be the one being chased. They like the one doing the chasing. They like the one and he may feel like a prey rather than the predator. Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So you have to allow him to just fulfill that deed. If not, you can still have standards for yourself and say, listen, I don't want you to think that I'm putting pressure on you, but I know that time is wasting, and even if if you're not really down with the traditional relationship, traditional marriage, having him to have a commitment verbally to say that we so and so we gonna be together for this period of time, then that's still okay. But according to your chart, this gonna be karmic. You're sort of destined to have some karmic experiences long term wise, and this may be one of them.
Okay.
I'm just, I like to be very plain and frank and be straight up with you. You know what
Yes.
I mean? But I do see when it comes to your career, I see some hopeful stuff there. Just keep pushing.
Thank you. I just graduated to become an esthetician.
Oh, do your thing. According to this, you better have your own business. because even though you're gonna probably work for somebody, it's showing that you should use the internet and social media to fulfill your purpose, your career. I mean, that is all right.
All right.
All right, thank you for choosing me to help guide you, Miss Green. I really was blown away that you have such intelligent questions and also knowledge of astrology. I think that was really cute.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I love doing my research and everything.
That's great. That's great. All right then. Be safe. All right, y'all. Let's see. We got a few more. No, dad, damn it. There's been a lot. You guys are really there, and I truly appreciate the fact that you are sitting it. All right. I got my boy. All right. Corey Holden. I can't let go. I can't let down my student. That's right. Corey is how should I put this? Both Corey Carter, and Corey Holden are both astrology students of mine. They're going to be badass. That's right. And they're both Leo risings, just like myself. I feel really blessed to have real, gentlemen and also real men. I'm not saying that the other people are not real, you know what I mean? So Corey's question is, how will I be affected by the eclipse? Or how will the world be affected by it? And it's bad. I'm trying to think of the third question. All right. What's going on with the eclipse? Are you going to talk about it? Okay. How will it be affected by it? Okay, so let's look at your progress chart. Now, as a Leo rising, that means that Aries is on your ninth house. It's going to eclipse in your ninth house. So your knowledge, your wisdom, your understanding. It's pretty good that when you're eclipse in the eighth and ninth house, strong possibility that somebody who you know either study from, learn from, I don't know, may experience some sort of shift. There's going to be a shift and an experience when it comes to your higher education, your spirituality, information, or a spiritual teacher. God forbid it be me. May experience some form of health issues. The reason why I say that is because your Mars, which is the ruler of your ninth house, is sitting in the second house of Virgo. And I could indicate health issues with somebody who you see as a spiritual teacher or guru or somebody of that nature. Like I said, just hope it ain't me, god damn it. As it pertains to you, that's what I see here. I don't see it directly affecting you. I do see something happening health-wise with your in-laws. This could be a mother-in-law, or father-in-law, or brother or sister-in-law. There could be some health issues that may affect them as well. Right after, this could happen within that same month. As you know, the eclipse lasts a whole year. That's what they like to say, especially the lunar eclipse. But that's what they're saying. All right. So that's what I see here based upon that. How will it affect? How will my girl be affected by it? Okay. I may need your. Okay. So I got your girlfriend's chart information. Let me put it in. Let me see if I have it here. Hold on. I think I did her chart. Yes. JYE. Let's see if it's sitting here. There you go. We got it. How it's gonna affect your lady? It's going. Oh wow. Because wait, hold on. Let me call you. I'm gonna call you right now because it's rough. Hey, Corey. Listen. Uh, I have a question for you. I know you're at work or wherever you are. Listen. Your lady's moon is sitting in the sign of Aries and it's in the second house, and it's sitting in your ninth house of in-laws. Is her mom still alive?
Yeah,
She's in good health and everything.
yeah.
Because when there's a connection to your chart, which is the in-laws, and it's conjunct her moon, which represents the mom, I could see it affecting her mom and your in-laws, which is her mom.
Mm.
So there's a possibility that, because her Mars, is in Sagittarius, in the 10th house. This could be, and then your Mars is in Virgo, in the second house. This could be a possibility that. So does her mom work?
Yeah, at home.
She work at home?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a connection dealing with your mother. I mean, her mother and your mother-in-law. Something dealing with whether if it's not them, it's definitely have to do with the family dynamics. After the 8th of April, there's a possibility that there may be a shift in that when it comes to money and finances.
Mm.
All right, that's what I see based upon this chart. You may have to report in class after, the 8th of April. As it pertains to your question about the world sitting in Aries, this could be the start of a war. This could be start of something happening that is going to shift us into the energy of war. Okay. I don't know what that sound is. You do it. What's going on? But okay. All right. So Mars in Pisces is because it's going to be in Pisces, and it's going to be the ruler of Aries. And then Neptune is in Pisces as well. This is something on the ocean, the sea. It could be something to do with these ships may throw us into war based upon what I'm looking at. There's a possibility of that. It's something that's hidden. Yeah, it's just that's what I see here. We could be hit with a war because it's going to be conjunct the sun, and it's going to be conjunct North Node and conjunct Chiron. And I see something happening when it comes to war that may not be fixed unless we have that war.
Mm. And you wouldn't know exactly who would be on the war, so to speak. Huh?
We'd have to take a look at 180 countries in order for me to do that. That's a lot.
Okay. Yeah, that's an impossible.
I'll have to take a look at whose sun and rising sign is in the sign of Aries or the moon in Aries, and take a look at who'll be dragged into that.
Right.
All right. Well, I want to thank you. Based upon that's what I see in your chart. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it. Thank you for that.
All right, no problem. All right. As you see, we're rolling through these. I got one. I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, y'all. So listen, if you see me do not get your question today, that means that I will be answering your questions tomorrow. Okay? So don't feel as if, all right. All right, let me just, as you can see, my admin is like, my admin's like, stop sending those questions. Okay. And also, Erica, you did not send your time of birth. You only send your date of birth. I need that as well. I see you didn't see that. Send that. So I'm gonna put you as unread so we could do yours tomorrow. Yolanda, All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. We're gonna look at your chart and see if we have you here. Let me see if I have you underneath you. Yolanda. If not, we will have to. And your date of birth is the 12th, 1976. Okay, so we got you here. So your questions is, so you said, and that's pretty nice of you to say. You said my life changed a lot after my healing session the last time we met. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Thank you. You're very welcome for that. Question: eclipse effect on what next? Okay, so your natal chart based upon this, you're a Scorpio rising, and you have Aries sitting on your sixth house. But as you can see, your your Arabic part, abundance, is sitting there. Now, don't get too excited. Abundance inside the sixth house is not always a good thing. It means an abundance of work, an abundance of health issues, is abundance of something. It's going to be conjunct that. And what I see, because your Mars is in Scorpio in the first house. Okay. What it does, it affects your health from a natal perspective. Let's take a look at your progress chart to see if there's a possibility of it affecting another area. Let's look at it real quick. All right. Now you have your Aries. You have Aries sitting on your fourth house of home. And your Mars is sitting in the 12th house, conjunct your sun. I don't know if your mom is alive, your dad is alive, but you know, you're born in 1976. You in the 70s, like me. Uh, what I see is that there could be some health issues dealing with a family member or in the home. Your Mars is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter. Your Jupiter is in Taurus. There could also be a shift in the home. Also, it can affect your child if you have children. There's also some hidden things based upon your Mars being in Sagittarius. So there's some hidden things that may happen with children. I want to call you, Miss Yolanda, because we got to make sure we get this right. Because this is a deep one that I'm looking at.
Hello.
Hey, Sugar, what's good?
Hey, what's going on? Thank you for calling me.
No problem, no problem. So listen, thank you for trusting me again. You know, and also, you have children.
Have fun.
You have five kids.
Yep, 5.
How old are they?
Yes. 25, 22, 19, 11, and 9.
Any are off to college?
The one that's off the college graduated.
Okay.
Next one's with me. The 19-year-old, he tried to make his mind up. He my stubborn Capricorn. And the other two, they're not eligible for college yet.
Okay. Okay. Totally understood. The reason why I asked is because in your progress chart, you have the fourth house, you have Aries there. In your natal chart, you have it in your sixth house of health, work, and service. And then your Mars in your natal chart is in Scorpio in the first house. That's two things that are possible happening. First and foremost, an effect on the home, the physical home. That could be a family member, because Mars is ruled by a rule Aries, and your Aries, your Mars is in the 12th house of escapisms and what have you, and I look to see who it's going to affect by seeing the planets it's connected to, and it's connected to your sun, the sun sign, the sun. And it's in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Your Jupiter is in the fifth house as well. So there's a clear connection to also your children or a child that it may affect as well. So it's happening in the home, have to do with a male figure, and it could also be a child. And because Venus is in Capricorn and it's sitting in your first house, this could also be something like something dealing with an accident. It could deal with, and eclipses are not always great. They're good to some degree, but always great. Now, the flip side about it is because it's sitting in the fifth house of, because the ruler of Mars is sitting in fifth house. This could also, like my friend, you could also get very lucky during this time. So when instances is happening with people around you, there could also be connection dealing with, you know, getting lucky with finances, like gambling and speculation. Are you in a relationship now?
No.
There could also be somebody you meet from a hospital that could show up
I'm working
because your Mars is sitting in the 12th house of hospitals, prisons, and asylums.
out.
So
Okay.
you could also meet somebody based upon experience of you having to help them or be of service to them. All right, I see that as well. That's another opportunity for that happen. If I go blank, that's because I'm right here. You say, oh, okay, you ready to work? You ready to join my school?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. I truly feel blessed by that. That
Yes.
you, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I'm ready.
Thank you very much. It isn't just about me. Like I said, I like to try to duplicate myself and people like yourself and everybody that's around me. All right. And so that's what I see. I see it affecting your physical home, a sun, and also your luck, your speculation, based upon the fact that the ruler of your Mars is sitting, or the sign is sitting in the fifth house, and also your Mars being in the 12th house conjunct your Sun. Male figure being into your life. This person could be from a different country, a different culture, different walk of life. He's going to come from out of nowhere. All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Thank you, love. I appreciate it.
All right. All right. We got time for a little bit more. All right. I want to appreciate, like I said, I thank you guys for choosing me. Well, as always, I'm going with Erica. I'm going to give you a call, Erica. I hope you're listening because you've been waiting this long, and I appreciate you for waiting this long. I think I have your chart. If Erica Blair, if you're listening, that is me calling you. You need to pick up. If not, then I'm still gonna read your chart without you being here. All right, I guess not. So the question is for Erica Blair is relationship wise, purpose, relocation. I really don't know. Just read me, soulmate. All right. So the question is, you said that's a good question. What transition would I go through to the eclipse? Well, you have Aries sitting on your fourth house, and it's because you're Capricorn rising. Well, I'm calling you back, Erica, if you're listening.
Hello.
Hey, sugar, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Excellent, excellent.
Good.
All right. So your question about the eclipse, how it's going to affect you. I'm going to take a look at your progress chart as well, and see what it's going to be doing for you at this point in time. You have Aries sitting on your fourth house in your natal chart, and it's sitting in your third house in your progress chart. Now, in your natal chart, when it's sitting in your fourth house as a Capricorn rising, you know, um, your Mars, which is a ruler of that, is sitting in the sign of Libra in the 10th house. Uh, hey, are you and Black still together?
No.
Y'all broke up?
Yes.
Are you in a relationship with somebody else now?
No.
Okay. Well, reason why I asked that because according to your natal chart, you have Mars and Libra sitting in the 10th house, and that means that there's a possibility of, if you go out, if you find yourself in a public area, this could be the initiation of a sort of a connection with a male figure. But your progress chart, which you progress into being an Aquarius rising, Aries is sitting in your third house, and Libra is sitting on your ninth house. I mean, your Mars is sitting in Libra in your ninth house. And what I could see is that your sibling, a sibling of yours, could find themselves in a long-term committed relationship with somebody from a different country, different culture, a different walk of life. Actually, I don't know if you have a sibling or if you do. If you don't, I'm just telling you based upon what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I have to.
All right. Well, there's a possibility of them Meeting somebody from a different country, different culture, different walk of life. Now,
Wow.
this person could be older. The reason why I say that is because the third house is ruled by Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is sitting conjunct your sun. And Libra, which is sitting in, rules partnership, long-term commitment. Libra is ruled by
Mhm.
Juno, and your Juno is sitting conjunct Dark Moon Lilith, and it's in the 12th house in the sign of Capricorn. Clear indication this could possibly be somebody who's older, so it may not affect you directly in a strong way, but it will
Mhm.
affect somebody like a sibling of yours.
Okay.
Which is still a good thing. It could also affect the way you communicate in a relationship, or help somebody counsel somebody based upon their relationship that will last them. That could actually take them into being in a committed relationship based upon this. All right.
Mhm.
Purpose wise, I think I mentioned this to you before about your purpose. Your North Node is sitting in the first house in Capricorn, and it's conjunct Darkma Lilith, and conjunct Juno, conjunct Neptune, conjunct your ascendant. Your purpose in this lifetime is to be to you are the business, basically.
Mhm. You told me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are the business. You need to take it more serious instead of looking for to work for somebody. Your chart is
Mhm.
showing that you need to put yourself more open on the internet. You want me to say the same? I'm going to tell you the same thing that your chart is saying. Your financial circumstances won't change until
Mhm.
you've chosen to take that path, and that's what I see. All
So
right.
let me ask you this, like,
Say what?
do you? I said, like, I need to ask a question, like, far as like twin flames or stuff. Like,
Dump it. There's no
do
such
I
thing as
have
twin flames.
anything like that in my chart?
There's no such thing as twin flames. I mean, to my understanding, it's you have soulmates, you have life mates, you have
Right.
fragments.
Like, is this? Will I be married? Do you think I'd be married? Get married in this lifetime? Like,
Your south node, which represents what you're familiar with, is sitting in your seventh house and is in Cancer. You also have your moon in Scorpio and it's in the 11th house. I will say this to you.
mhm.
Um, as it pertains to your long-term commitments, you wanting to be married is really a past life thing that you've been so focused on. I still feel the need to experience, but it's very toxic in a way. Yeah, right. Um, and according to your chart, it's showing that that's the kind of experiences you're gonna have if you look and focus on that. Your focus is supposed to be on yourself and developing yourself, focusing on your career and you being the career, you being the person that you need
Mhm.
to lean on. I know that sounds like a hard thing to do, but the more you focus on that, the better your chances are of finding your long-term partner.
Okay.
But if you continue just focusing on finding a partner to lose yourself in, the worse the worse it's gonna be.
Right.
So stop focusing on that.
Okay.
All right. All right. I hope I answered your question. I answered all that you asked.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right. Damn. This is getting longer. All right. I have. Okay. So, y'all, that's it for my 2 hours. I'm going to be here tomorrow around the same time. Okay. I'm going to be here around the same time. For the people who have not got their have not gotten their reading, sent your donation, you will be taken care of tomorrow. So we're gonna make sure. Me and my admin is gonna get to your list of people, and we're gonna make sure it happens. Okay. So it's not in vain. You didn't lose your $20. Don't request it. I'm not sending it back. I will send you what you asked for, which is your reading. All right. All right. And I hope you guys listen. Enjoy the rest of your night. Love you guys. Tomorrow, 6:30, not 6, 6:30, I shall be with you. Enjoy the rest of your night. Good night.